The Toolbox Murders is a classic horror film known for its terrifying and gruesome storyline. In the film, a series of brutal murders occur in an apartment building, with the killer using various tools from a toolbox to carry out the heinous acts. The story begins with the arrival of a new tenant, a young woman named Laurie Ballard, who moves into the apartment complex with her husband. As Laurie settles into her new home, she begins to notice strange occurrences within the building. Mysterious noises echo through the halls at night, and residents start disappearing without a trace. Soon, Laurie and her husband become targets of the sadistic killer, who lurks in the shadows, waiting to strike. The tension escalates as Laurie delves deeper into the mystery, uncovering dark secrets hidden within the walls of the apartment building. She discovers that the killer is a former maintenance worker named Vance, who harbors a twisted obsession with the building's female tenants. Vance's descent into madness is revealed through chilling flashbacks, depicting his troubled past and the traumatic events that led him to become a ruthless murderer. As Laurie races against time to stop Vance before he claims his next victim, she finds herself trapped in a nightmarish struggle for survival. A man dressed in black drives through Los Angeles. Near a car dealership, the man has a flashback of a car accident that occurred at the site which killed a young woman. The man arrives at an apartment complex and kills Mrs. Andrews, a female tenant, who recognizes him with an electric drill. Afterward, the man dons a ski mask and murders two other women, the first with a hammer and the second with a screwdriver. The police are called and they interview the people who found the bodies, as well as Vance Kingsley, the owner of the building. The next night, the killer strikes again, breaking into the apartment of a woman who is masturbating in her bathtub and shooting her in the stomach and head with a nail gun. The murderer then abducts Laurie Ballard, a 15-year-old who lives in the above apartment with her family. Laurie's brother Joey is questioned by Detective Jameson and, frustrated by the detective's seemingly lax attitude towards Laurie's disappearance, decides to search for his sister on his own. While looking through the homes of the murdered women, Joey meets up with Kent, Vance's nephew, who has been hired to clean up the apartments of the dead tenants. While Joey is helping Kent mentions that Vance has not been the same since Kathy, his cousin and Vance's daughter, was killed in a car accident. It is revealed that Vance is the serial killer, having been driven insane into religious mania by the death of his daughter. He is killing sinners and has kidnapped Laurie, who is kept tied up and gagged in Kathy's bedroom, to replace Kathy. During a discussion with Detective Jameson, Joey realizes that all the clues point to Vance being the killer. So he goes to the Kingsley house and is followed there by Kent, who had earlier seen the bound and gagged Laurie in his uncle's home. Joey finds bloody tools in Vance's garage, and is confronted by Kent, who sets Joey on fire, burning him to death, to protect his family. Kent walks in on Vance talking to Laurie, and enrages his uncle by telling him that he and Kathy had an incestuous relationship. Vance and Kent fight, and Kent ends up fatally stabbing Vance with a kitchen knife. Kent goes to Laurie and cuts her bonds with a pair of scissors. Laurie, crying, is elated to be free and Kent appears to comfort her, but he begins kissing Laurie and then rapes her. Afterward, Kent relaxes on the bed and behaves as if he and Laurie are married and implies that he killed Joey and Vance. Laurie sees the scissors Kent used to cut her free on the bedside table. In the final scene, Laurie, dazed and bloodied, is seen slowly walking through an empty parking lot in the twilight. As an intertitle states that the film was a dramatization of events that occurred in 1967 and that Laurie was institutionalized for 3 years and now resides in San Fernando Valley with her husband and their child. The climax of the story culminates in a harrowing showdown between Laurie and Vance, as she confronts the deranged killer in a desperate bid to end his reign of terror once and for all. In a heart-stopping finale, Laurie must summon all of her courage and resourcefulness to outwit Vance and escape the horrors of the apartment building before it's too late. The Toolbox Murders is a chilling tale of suspense and terror that will keep readers on the edge of their seats until the very end. With its relentless pace, shocking twists, and terrifying imagery, it remains a seminal work in the horror genre, leaving an indelible mark on audiences for generations to come.